What's up, guys? Welcome to Burnout Box episode number 12 or so.
Something like that.
Something like that. 12. I'm Donnie.
I'm Rebecca.
Got a bunch of stuff to cover. Some of you guys are already chiming in and asking questions, like Brian. Brian will get to you on what her car ran, but first, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Make sure you're seeing all these videos when they come up next week. All the other fun content we bring you. But first, before we get to Rebecca's car, like Brian wants us to jump right into, we're just going to cover some of the Mustang stuff that I found interesting throughout the week. You like NASCAR a bunch, don't you?
I like straight line stuff.
She's making another left turn. She doesn't like it. But I think it's cool that the Mustang, JP said audio isn't that great on Facebook. I don't know if you want to mess with that, Chris. Okay. I think it's pretty sweet. The Mustang is coming back to NASCAR. It's been the Ford Fusion for like 7 years.
A while.
Which when was the last time you decided to go buy a Ford Fusion to go fast?
It hasn't happened, actually.
There you go. Oh, I think he's actually rolling the clip now. Every time I see one of these Ford videos, all I think of is Jeremy Clarkson's voice in the back of my head, just saying, yes,
narrating.
Power. And then they give us the front shot, kind of like they're doing with the with our Cobra Jet, but we'll touch on that later too.
We'll get to them.
So I think it's cool. It's actually their car they should be showcasing in the
it definitely
series.
is. It's their sports car. It's really what it should be in the series for performance driving.
A series that I know you don't know about because you don't follow Tourney, Kurt. Speaking of series that the Mustangs should be in, which if our friends at MFP Australia are watching, I'm sure they're going to be celebrating when we say this. But the Mustang's coming to the Australian Supercar Series. Now, many of you don't know what the Australian Supercar Series is, but I had my media crew assemble a short little clip to show you exactly why you should know what the Supercar Series is, because it's the coolest road racing out there, period. These guys literally will bang on each other, do whatever the hell they got to do to make sure they stay in front or get in front. You watch them come around the corners and they're into each other. They just turn in. They don't care. They get punted off the track 24/7. They're always bump drafting, beating the heck out of each other, flying up, getting air. It's all just part of the fun. I'm going to see if they do any more smashing and banging. There you see about how much they beat the hell out of these cars. Unfortunately, that's a Volvo, not a Ford. So a Ford would probably get more air with more speed, but irrelevant. They do some pretty sweet stuff.
So the Mustang's coming to that.
The Mustang's coming to that, which it's kind of fitting because the series makes you already run a 5.0.
Yeah.
So
it's a 5.0 NA motor.
5.0 NA makes like 600 wheel or something like that. So, but I mean, like I said, I just think it's cool because it's a lot more like go-karts. They're just beating and banging on each other. And
like go-karts.
Yeah, like go-karts, like we did at in Tennessee.
The other thing that the supercars are going to have is the Ranger Raptor is coming as the support vehicle. So Ford's got a really good showing in the Supercar Championship Series. Yeah. So that's really cool.
Oh, okay, yeah. Win. This is the Ford factory video for the Mustang coming to Supercar. I like how they have the Ranger Raptors just kind of cutting around.
Yeah, just driving in the grass, just in case.
Yeah, just in case. Which I'm still hoping we get the Ranger Raptor, which hasn't been confirmed, denied, talked about, mentioned from anyone. But that's going to be 2.3 turbo, like the RS and the Mustang, 10R80. That'll be really cool. Damn near same Fox suspension that the Raptor has. So it'd be pretty sweet if we can get one over here. But so far, Ford hasn't confirmed or denied any of that. What other supporting content you got? That's it for Supercar? All right. So we're getting a few questions about what your car ran. Do we want to jump into that, or should we keep them waiting for a minute? Patrick wants to. I think it's just Patrick and Brian. Let's keep them waiting for a little bit. Okay. So the other cool stuff we've heard about Mustang this week, since all the new Mustangs coming out. I know you saw it before I did. Yeah. What was it?
Cobra Jet.
Cobra Jet.
So 2018 Cobra Jet, very, very limited edition, as is kind of tradition.
How
with
limited?
The Cobra. This is super limited. 68 cars are going to be made.
That's crazy.
You can get any color as long as it's red or white.
You can get any color as long as it's one of these two.
Yeah, I mean, it's an improvement on any color as long as it's black.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they're doing 68 of them. And then I read earlier, can you believe in '08 they all sold out in less than a week?
Yeah, all sold out in less than a week. Very, very highly in demand. I'm sure this is going to be just the same. And it's going to be a 5.2 supercharged engine. So
they're calling it a Coyote. So how are we getting to a 5.2 Coyote? Is that just a little more stroke? Are we pouring it? That's what surprised me is they're calling it a Coyote still. So it's just same block.
So I'm guessing they don't want to go to a flat plane crank.
No, well,
So,
I mean, you knew. I don't think there would be any chance
Right.
of that anyway because it was going to be supercharged, and we know how flat plane cranks with high
Yeah.
RPM and boost do. They go exploding, like some GT350 owners out there have seen.
So Gary over here on YouTube wants to know if you guys know what the buying process for the 2018 Cobra Jet is.
I've never tried to buy one, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I don't have that type of money.
I remember the first Cobra Jet I ever saw was one of the S550 ones, or maybe it was before that. Did they make S550 Cobra Jet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was an S550 one. My buddy, one of my best friends, worked at a Ford dealership. I was still working at a Honda dealership back then. And he was like, dude, they got one of these Cobra Jets on the floor. I was like, what the hell's a Cobra Jet? You know, I was like, a new kind of Mustang? I don't know. So I went over there and he's like, oh yeah, it's factory roll cage certified for NHRA. It comes on slicks. You're getting it with no VIN number. It's literally just like, pick it up, go to the track, go be a race car driver.
Yep. And obviously the brand new one is going to be similar. It's drag race ready. It's got a 4-link rear, similar to what we're doing in my new car.
On your 18,
yeah. Coilovers.
4-link and a 9-inch.
Yep.
Same thing as your 18.
Yeah, so similar idea, and it'll come with a cage. It's projected to be a mid 8-second, 150-mile-an-hour car. So.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
So Gary says he owned his first Cobra Jet in 1969.
Oh, so
wow.
the first year of the Cobra
first
Jet.
year of them was 68.
And he said through Ford Racing.
Through Ford Racing. I wonder if there's like preliminary requirements. You know, like, because if you wanted a GT, just because you were a baller and had the money, you couldn't just go buy a GT.
Right.
You had to have, like, okay, you've owned this car, you've owned that car, you've owned that car, and we know your reputation.
Right.
It was like, I couldn't have just walked in and bought a GT if I wanted one.
And then he said built by Watson Racing.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, heard that. Man, and the numbers are kind of skewed. If anyone watching knows the numbers, I tried to do some digging and some research on how many Cobra Jets truly were made. And I saw numbers everywhere from 1,200 up to like 2,800, which that's a hell of a difference for something 50 years old that has quite a bit of value. So I don't know. If anyone knows, go ahead and comment and let me know, because I'm curious. But yeah, NHRA certified, slicks, no VIN number, pick it up, ready to go drag car.
Yep.
In 1968, speaking of the one that the gentleman had new, that one won like the super stock NHRA Winter Nationals.
Yeah.
Like,
just like right away.
Yeah, right away. It had just, I think it was like the 428 car motor, like out of the big
out
cars.
of the bigger cars.
Just the big 4-door sedans and stuff that Ford had. They just, 428, they changed up the intake manifold and then a bunch of other stuff all underneath, I'm sure. I can't imagine what kind of suspension, whatever else it had. Because they were, even by today's standards, they were quick.
Yeah.
They weren't turds. I don't think it was quite full-blown race car like the '08 was, though.
Yeah, I mean, definitely safety standards and everything have changed and just technology. So, I mean, I think it was top of the line technology then as it is now.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, like '08, you didn't have wiper blades.
Right.
They took the AC off.
Yeah.
They took everything off. Everything they could strip to get weight down.
And
everything that Dodge needs to do out of factory, they just did already on Cobra Jets.
And in '08, you did have the option of a 6-speed manual trans or the 3-speed auto trans. So
you get 3-speed auto on an '08.
Yeah.
So basically, you were buying a GT500 with a factory auto.
Yeah.
So people that don't like the clutch pedal,
yeah.
go buy a Cobra Jet. Supercharged 5.8 or 5.4, excuse me. We'll run through Facebook comments real quick, make sure I'm not missing anyone. JP said audio isn't great, but we fixed that. Brian said, I am turning left. Brian, you drive a 67 F100 with a GT500 engine in it that probably weighs like 5,000 pounds. I don't think you're turning anywhere. I think you're going in a straight line and hopefully stopping. Patrick, hang on real quick for what Rebecca's car ran. We're going to jump into that here real soon. Lando Ortega, after you're out of the military, you want to work for VMP? I can't complain.
Yeah.
Call us. Phil McCracken said Donnie. Phil McCracken, I'm going to need more than Donnie to respond to your comment. Unfortunately, I know where you're going with this, and I have a question for you about it, but you got to bring it up. I'm not going to bring it up first. But we'll get back to what other people were asking about your car.
Yeah.
So you didn't quite have a night in bed last night. What'd you do?
No, we went out to the track after work. We were hoping to chase down some decent air, but the air didn't come. So we went anyways to the track and pulled the car out of the trailer, and went my best time ever. We went 8:09, which I was pretty thrilled with. And it's definitely setting the stage for us to do a little bit more.
Yeah, it looked like it hooked and booked.
It sure did.
So who else was there racing with you? Because I know that car was on the dyno yesterday,
Yep.
and we were working on it a little bit.
Yeah, Kellen went out to the track, had a good night at the track too.
What's the setup on his car? Other than I saw the VMP and very, very small pulleys?
It's got a Gen 2. He's got like a borrowed trans in it right now.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, so good for showing, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I just looked at both.
Yeah.
She was gone. What exactly did you run? Or is the time slip's going to be at the end of this video anyway?
It's an 8095 at 166, so replicating my best mile per hour previously and going just a little bit faster than it went in Texas.
So what's our goal that we're hitting with the S197 before we move on and go full-blown 18? We're not worrying about S197 anymore.
I don't know that I'm ever going to not worry about the S197.
We're going to have two race cars?
I wish I could commit to not worrying about that car, but the car is like a piece of me. I wanted to go sevens.
Didn't you and Justin buy that brand new?
We bought it brand new in 2010. We bought it in July of 2010, and in September had a supercharger on it, a Roush supercharger.
So by the time that most of the population didn't even have an S197 available, you had already put forced induction on yours.
Yep, and then went nines for the first time in March of 2011. So. Yeah.
So Ford should really be writing you some checks because you probably helped sell a few. If you were already going that quick, that early in the car's production.
I don't know that I don't know about that, but Justin at one point said, the car's never going to go a 10 on a drag radial. And I said, well, I think it'll go a 9. And it did. Much sooner than we expected it to, but I don't think either of us ever expected it to go.
Since we're talking about your S197, let's go through the steps it went through. So, okay, bought it brand new. So we're not going to talk about money because I know that makes you upset.
Yeah, I can't.
We won't talk about what we bought for it. We're just talking about steps. So we bought it brand new in summer of 10, and then it got what type of blower put on it?
It got a Roush 2.3 liter.
Okay, so it got Roush TVS, and how fast do you go with that?
It ended up going a 979 on the stock block. Back then, nobody was doing like oil pump gears or anything, and prophylactically.
Was it really a known thing back then, though?
No, we didn't.
You just knew the Coyote made power, and
yeah, and I mean, like we were running it with a stock airbox, and like just whatever we were just learning from it, and that's I guess that's what I love about this car because it's just been such a development bed for so many of the things that we do. Sure. And
So where did it go after the Roush? I know we've obviously got a built motor in there now, so when did built motors start coming into play?
We prophylactically changed the stock motor to an illuminator, and I thought the thing was going to be ragged out, but it looked really decent when we pulled it. So it got a built motor, it got Gen 2 or Gen 2R at some point. And then it went 940, like a handful of 940s, and then I don't know. I had some kids and stuff.
I had some kids and stuff. And, when did it dip into the 8s?
8s it went. I believe it was March of 2015. So that was something that I feel like every time that we would try to go down like from 10s to 9s and 9s to 8s, it was always like we'd have to make several outings at like that 10-0 or 9-0 and then finally
which is the worst place anyone wants to be when you're right where you're at right now.
Yes, and I'm like, am I gonna be stuck here for a while or what's up? So like it went out and I did a 10-0-0-0 and I'm like, I don't know if I should be happy or sad.
Yeah, we needed the damn time slip to say 9, that's all.
Like, I don't know, should I have sneezed when I was going through the traps?
All right, so you went to an 8 in March of 15,
Yeah.
and now we're trying to dip into the 7s.
Yep.
So that's where we're going, and then you don't know where we're stopping, huh?
No, I mean, I don't know. The car has so much potential. Our supercharger has a ton of potential. And, I mean, I'm super excited to have the new car and do stuff with the new car.
Sure.
But this, I think, still is going to remain being more relatable to just the average person.
Yeah, because, I mean, the 18, we're more doing, like, full-blown race car. It's not going to be doing true street cruises.
Right.
It's not going to be driving around town. It's
Right.
race car.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. The S197 is going to be more what somebody at home is building.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So how's our 18 doing? Have we heard anything? Is still a TRZ getting that badass rear end fabbed up?
It is. It's definitely getting some of the work done on that.
Which, if you guys haven't heard about that, you can do a little looking up. I don't know. Have you published anything about that on Rebecca Starkey Racing yet?
I don't. I have a little bit about it on there, but
It's super cool. TRZ is building basically a complete bolt-in kit. A little bit of fabrication required here and there, but it's going to be for S550 IRS rear end to put a 9-inch in the back of your S550. Dang near bolt-in, ready to go.
just like the Cobra Jet, like we were talking about.
Just like the Cobra Jet's going to have in the
similar
back.
idea, not just like it, but
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure. They're doing all, the Cobra Jet's going to have a whole rear subframe and unibody, I'm sure, that's made to accept a 9-inch, whereas TRZ's making something ready to go damn near that is just like that. You can see the upper control arm mounts and all that fun stuff. Look at Chris on top of it with the pictures already. Good job, buddy. Yeah, that'll be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
All right, let's hit some questions real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so we hit Patrick. JP and Phil McCracken want to know about my Coyote swap, my two dedicated gentlemen that always follow it. So far, I'm still trying to convince. We were talking about paint schemes earlier. You guys can comment what you think. Rebecca's idea was the mystery machine. Who said the A-team? Was that you? That was Chris, the media guy, said it, A-team. I'm still kind of going with, let's paint it more rustic, old school, have like, you know, some crappy airbrush on the side for like, you know, VMP Performance Shop, established 2001 or something, with a phone number underneath, and make it kind of like a wrap van. But yeah, comment on here what you guys think would be cooler. I'm going with, I think I'm the mystery machine. You almost transferred me. My original idea.
The mystery machine was a cool one, I think.
Because then I could have an inflatable Scooby-Doo in the passenger seat when we're out dragging ass running 10s. Oh, Larry Doran says mystery machine. Larry Doran heard your car run today with the exhaust all bolted up. You're going to be jealous that I heard it first. Let's see. Let's go. John wants to know what's the best bolt-ons for his naturally aspirated S550. What do you think?
There's so
You
many
can
good
bolt the
options.
supercharger on.
Yeah,
Did you know
I mean,
that?
that is a bolt-on. I don't know. Like, if you don't have a tune already, I think that's a really good bang for your buck item.
Yeah. Kind of like what we were kind of getting towards talking about last night. $1 per horsepower. When you're NA bone stock, it never gets better than this. $1 per horsepower, the money you can spend, the performance you'll get out of it, you'll never be at this level again where you can spend this much to get all this horsepower. It just gets harder and harder the more you add on.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely with Rebecca. I think a tune's good. Get a quality cold air intake like PMAS or JLT. You know, I like to tell people all the time, if it's super cheap, there's a reason. Obviously, Ford spent millions of dollars developing this Mustang and the air intake system and everything else for it. So if you can buy something for $100 offline, there's probably a reason it's so cheap. It didn't quite have the same development going into it than the JLT that costs quite a bit more than that.
Right.
So make sure you're buying a good intake.
Yeah, I mean, it's your car. It's something that you want to take care of. And it's, you know, buying worthwhile parts is worth the upfront expenditure.
But cold air tune. Next, we start talking about fuel injectors. Phil McCracken is with you, I think, on the Scooby Snacks.
Well,
He says,
Scooby Snacks. I didn't even think of that. That's a good one.
Lee's commenting, chiming in, helping us, saying the 2018 intake manifold. Yeah, the 18 manifold is definitely showing some amazing gains.
Yeah, sure.
For the money it costs and the gains you get out of it. It's kind of hard to steer anyone away from it.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with my tune because it just, especially depending on like if you have auto or manual, I mean, it changes the whole, it has the potential to change the whole driving
I'm
experience.
with you. If we're just saying one mod right now,
Yeah.
what you want to go do, definitely tune. All day I'm with you. You're looking up at me, Carrie. You got something on the YouTube?
We have a couple of comments. Someone says Turbo Coyote E250.
I'm up. I just want a Coyote swapped E-van. So, I mean, I'm up for negotiations. However, I still think the
If we can get a free turbo.
Yeah, I still think the best way to go is something so heavy, I want the VMP that makes the torque down low.
Yeah, for sure.
We're talking, because if you haven't heard about our E-van project before, the whole thought process was have a full weight van that we can haul stuff to the shows and then go run like high tens with. So we're still talking about a van that's going to weigh 5,000–6,000 pounds. Yeah. I think we need the torque, the bottom end that the VMP is going to give us. And turbos do good, but I think it'll be a little easier to get where I want to be with our TVS.
Yeah.
Someone says Wile E. Coyote.
And John Dow's comes back to say that it's a 6-speed manual. It's still going to change the whole driving experience for you. It changes the throttle feel. I maintain.
John, better than the GT350 intake? That's still up for discussion. We need more dyno polls. We need more numbers from people. We're going to be working on that actually fairly soon. But yeah, it's got to get out there more. People are saying it's equivalent with the GT350 at this point. But like I said, there hasn't been, not enough people have bolted them on and done a clear dyno, here's what the 18 does, here's what the GT350 does. So we need a little bit more of that before I can tell you, yes, it's better than GT350. Any more on the YouTube, or should I go back to doing this stuff?
There's some questions. They might be best suited for Tuning Tuesday.
Let us hit them. Me and Rebecca talked about that. Let's just hit them and then tell them to verify with Tuning Tuesday if they want.
All right. Have a 2016 with a Roush Phase 1 kit. What all is needed to convert to VMP Stage 3?
VMP Stage 3, we obviously comes with our blower, comes with DW95s. Triple pass heat exchanger, which you're definitely going to want that if it's your around town vehicle, and we want to keep those IATs down. And then a big JLT cold air, our twin 67 throttle body. You don't think I'm missing anything?
Our tune.
Yeah, we'll have to switch, put a different IAT sensor in it and run our IAT harness going to the MAF. But honestly, man, if you're dedicated, that's kind of a one-day thing. You could order the kit up from us, and if you're mechanically knowledge, really the most complicated part, I'd say, is probably taking off your front bumper to do the heat exchanger. The head unit swap is fairly straightforward. Obviously cold air intake's cake, throttle body's cake, injectors, and the heat exchanger is only thing relatively hard. I think you could hit it pretty easy. Pick up a lot of power.
Dozen says GT500 with the Gen 3 VMP 160 throttle body. What cold air?
I'm just going to say do the JLT big one.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about...
That's what I run on my car.
Yeah. What is that, a 148?
8.
148, yeah. Just because we've talked about the Gen 3 kind of, if we're doing a Gen 3, that needs to be you're a full bore, let's go all the way build, so you might as well just put the biggest cold air intake on so you know that's not a restriction.
Travis wants to know, does the no-lift shift feature on the Watt Box cause problems on Coyote cars as far as reverting cams to 0?
I don't really know anything about that.
Don't know that.
Yeah, let's definitely dump that one to Tuning Tuesday, because Justin has a good bit of experience with the Watt Box, so him and Joe will be able to hit you on that one.
Or you can always get with our sales department, too.
Yeah, sales at VMPperformance.com.
Yep. Peyton says, everyone seems to be talking about the 2018 intake manifold. Besides the 2018, is there any differences between the 11 to 17 intake manifold?
There is a difference between a 15 to 17 and 11 to 14. 15 to 17, I think, does make a little bit more power, and there's a little bit of different design with IMRCs and whatnot, but nothing drastically different. The 18 is a completely new intake manifold. Makes a lot different power.
Guadalupe says, what's included in the level 3 tune? Apparently inquired earlier about going with the Paxton setup, S550 car.
Level 3 is our
supercharged tune, so that's what you need.
So that's whatever we got to do to make you happy.
Yep. We'll review your data logs and get you where you need to be.
Yep, it's as much as we need to do to make it right for you, man. We'll send you a base file, get the car running, whatever, so you can send us some data logs.
We'll get you all the data log, all the instructions to data log, and get you on your way to getting a revised tune.
So Dozen wants to know, and I know they'll be ready for Shelby Fest, but wants to know if we'll have the new VMP Shelby shirts at the Ford Nationals. Carlisle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Anything else? I got plenty to hit over here.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Actually, they want to know, when are you guys going to tune the 5.0 with the new VMP supercharger?
The 18? Or
I'm
because
going
that's
to
not...
guess.
If we're going 11 to 17, if you haven't watched our video on Track Attack, we took our SEMA car we built in 2016 and already put a Gen 3 on it and made over 1,000 wheel. If you're talking about 18 at this point...
It's got the Roush supercharger.
Yeah, we've got Roush supercharger on it. We're working on tuning now. That's all you got, Carrie?
That's all I got.
All right. Let's go.
I think, did we...
Chris Roy, we haven't hit. How would I know if my vacuum bypass was stuck closed? My IAT2 is too high when it shouldn't be. I would hope you can visually check it. Make sure it's freed up. Obviously, you should be able to reach up in there. You might maybe have to take off the throttle body. I don't know how big your hands are. I'm 6'7", so I know I can reach it. But you might have to just reach up in there, make sure it's not actually physically shut. Check all your vacuum lines, man. Joe Gardner says he loves VMP. We love you too. Barry says, hey, what's up, guys? Change back to stock mufflers from my Borlas. I've got the Gen 2R. Does that mess with my tune? Typically, we tell people anything catback shouldn't mess with the tune, but by all means, take a data log, send it in just so we can know 100% you're safe and we don't have anything to worry about. Brad, John, I think he's referring to John we were talking about earlier. Says, John, I did a PMAS cold air intake and tune, whole different beast. He just ordered an 18 manifold. He's got a 17 6-speed. So there you go, John. Hear other people chiming in. JP, we were talking about him last week at this 3-valve.
Yep.
He's got his new 3-valve motor being built for the Department of Boost manifold, and Gen 3 blower will definitely be coming down for some dyno time with us. Looking forward to seeing him on the dyno, man.
Yeah, that thing sounds like it's going to be bad.
And then Jonah says he can't wait for the tune on his F-150. I'm sure you can't, because honestly, my truck, I've got a 5.0 F-150, and I took it to a dealership to get some dealer work done, loaded the stock tune back in it. All right, let me start over. I didn't really know how much the tune did. I know our tunes work, but I didn't know how bad the seat of the pants feel was, because I pretty much bought my truck, brought it to work the next day, put the tune in it, and I've been driving it like that ever since.
Right.
So recently, I had to go have some dealership work done. I took it to the dealer, put the stock tune back in it. That dealer ended up having way too long of a wait time, so I drove it from there to another dealer. And on the highway, I was literally like, this thing is awful. Like, there was no mid-range. Kicking down to like 3,500 RPMs, it just went nowhere. So I came in the next day, and I think I went straight to Joe's office. And I was like, Joe, I didn't know how great the tune was, but holy crap. So yeah, Jonas, I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Yeah, you're going to like it.
But talking about our Gen 3, you want to hit on our trade-in program?
Yeah, we can talk about the trade-in program.
You kind of know the numbers and to put that together a little bit more than I did.
Go to this. So the trade-in program is for any supercharger. If you're interested in buying a Gen 3, we will give you money towards that purchase. If you have a damaged one, we'll give you up to $500. If you have...
Hold on now. Let's clarify. Damage, we're saying rotors locked up, whatever. As long as you send us all the parts and pieces, $500 for any blower you got.
Yep.
Give you $500 towards the Gen 3. Up to $500. Thank you.
The caveat, up to.
Yes.
And then for a Gen 1, a Trinity, a Roush, we'll give you up to $750.
Make sure you're sending in that elbow. It's not just the middle head unit. We need the elbow too.
We need all the pieces.
All the pieces.
The Gen 2.
I'm going to add that to your little poster that you put out. It must include all the pieces. Bypass valve can't be missing.
The Gen 2, we will give you up to $1,000, and then for a Gen 2R, we'll give you up to $1,200. We are doing this to make it easier for you. You can sell it privately, and you might, this is to be convenient.
Don't message us and say, hey, I can get this much for my blower. We know you can. This is purely for, you want no hassle, hey, send me a new blower, I'll ship you back my old one, let's get it done.
Yeah, and definitely ship it in your supercharger box. Those boxes are kind of specially made.
Yeah,
and,
it's got a nice foam already pre-made out for the Gen, for
it's
supercharger.
Definitely how to protect everything in transit.
Yeah, which, trust me, the UPS guys, while they do great work, sometimes boxes can get thrown around a little. Wouldn't be the first time I've seen something damaged from shipping. But talking about Gen 3s, we're actually going to be putting them on at a couple events coming up. If anyone's interested in a Gen 3, we're going to be in your area. We're doing installs at a couple of shows. I can click on this one and hopefully zoom it. Nope, it's not going to let me zoom
That's
in.
okay,
But
kind of know.
we'll be
going
at
to Shelby Fest?
Shelby Fest. That'll be first weekend in May.
Yep.
May 3rd through 5th. We'll be at Shelby Fest, Jefferson City, Missouri. We're doing Gen 3 head unit swaps on your GT500 while you're there. So if that's, that's kind of middle of the country. If that's a little closer for you to get to than all the way down to Florida and down here in the country, then we're definitely we're doing installs on Gen 3 there. Where else?
We're going to the Carlisle Ford Nationals.
When's that?
That's in June.
Chris, can you get the date on that since you have the picture blown up a little bigger for me? June. I want to say it's first weekend in June. Yeah. June 1st through 3rd. So once again, you want a Gen 3 or any work done for the record. We'll do dang near anything while we're there.
We'll have the dyno there.
Yep, dyno will be there. Dyno
both places.
Make sure you're calling sales support, get in on the schedule because it does tend to fill up fast.
Yeah. And then right after that, American Muscle will be at, we're not doing any dyno tuning there, but we'll be there. So somebody did ask earlier about Carlisle and just getting on the list. All you have to do is just call us. Call
sales. They'll help you out. They already have, kind of people that are already on the list so they can let you know what days available, whatnot, all that fun stuff. We'll get back over to some questions. I'm sure they're filling up.
I have a couple things over here on YouTube.
Yeah, go for it.
Gustavo says that he bought a VMP kit and planning on running the 82mm pulley. There in Washington, it's hard to get E85. Is there anything else he can do to run a smaller pulley?
93 in Torco.
Yeah.
Make sure you're getting good gas. Don't be, don't get me wrong, I love my 7-Eleven slushies, but don't be going to 7-Eleven when you're filling up your race car. Make sure you're getting good gas, BP, Sunoco, stuff like that, and then a good octane booster. Torco is what we typically run around here. That's what's in the supercharged F-150 Viper Killer. You've probably seen the videos on YouTube, and everything else we recommend, that's good stuff. So yeah, you could definitely pull you down a little more with good gas and some octane booster.
Eric says, any tips or tricks for burnouts and tire pressures at the track?
So I need a little bit more info. I'll tell you what I do.
You cover tire pressure, and I'll cover burnouts.
Okay.
I'm gonna cover the burnouts on the street.
Okay.
Unless he's talking about the track. If you only want to know track, then yeah, she's the expert on both. I thought you were talking about like pulling out of McDonald's and you want to show off for the cute chick in the drive-through line.
I can handle that too,
there.
apparently.
All right. Oh yeah, you can doing burnouts right in front of cops, right there. All right. Answer his question.
So I run a Mickey Thompson tire. My car is probably lighter than yours. And I run a pretty significant amount of tire pressure in it at the track. I run 18.5 to 18.75 pounds of air in them. I'm either on a Pro drag radial or the Street R drag radial, and I run about the same in both of them. They both perform equally the same, and what I'm looking for is to see about 5 wrinkles on the tire. So I kind of have this down to a science.
They do. Justin gets down to slow motion video every time she goes, mainly so we can evaluate the pass anyway when we get back.
Absolutely.
But yeah, they literally come in and slow motion it, count the wrinkles.
Yep, and I do burnouts through the line, which not everybody needs to do, but neither of those tires need a huge burnout. They need very little. In fact, especially like a milder car needs just kind of to haze the tires. It can get, especially as it's getting warmer, we're approaching that time of the year, they can get greasy real easily. You've got track temps that are 120. You don't want your tires going over 125 or so. And then just kind of hazing the tires and going. So, yeah.
You got them covered.
Dozen says, name for the car, Wild VMP Coyote.
Ah.
And
Are you talking about the car or my E-van?
He says, name for car, Wild VMP Coyote.
Okay. I don't know what car you're referring to, but I can dig it.
Nick says, love your Tuning Tuesday and Burnout Box Show. I swapped my 4.63 valve for a 5.4 valve in my 07 GT and got lots of VMP stuff to complement the upgrade. Thanks.
Oh,
Nice.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Anything don't get me wrong, the 4.63 valve is a good Ford product and all, but you're definitely making a little more power now, I'm sure. Is that it?
We're good. Yep.
That's it? All right, let's get down here. Are we selling the VMP Gen 3 kit? Nickel wants to know for his S550. We're working on it. Keep checking back. That's definitely in the works. I don't know how soon.
No,
Stage 3 kit is available.
It is? When did it
And
go on?
I actually posted a link there on
Thanks,
Facebook
Carrie.
so that they could grab it.
Man, you already got me covered. When did that go on the website?
We're magic.
You're magic. Okay.
Yeah, let's sell them.
Josh said we'll see him at Carlisle.
Hey, Josh.
Josh also said Gen 3 for the 18, any timeline? Not necessarily something that's in the works right now. As you know, if you've seen your 18 next to an S550, that hood kind of comes down pretty hard.
Yep.
So right now we're working on maybe some other options, but at this point, we're not seeing Gen 3 on 18 yet. Not in the works. Dorian wants to know if you're going to be running the F-150 at the American Muscle Show.
I will run whatever they tell me to run.
I don't even know. A lot of these, we still got to plan what vehicles are going and whatnot.
Right. I'm sure the F-150 will make its way up to the American Muscle Show. It definitely is something that American Muscle likes for us to have there. We like to have there as kind of an anomaly, as you know, Dorian. And I had so much fun racing you last year. So we can see if it makes its way up there and see what I can do in it.
Danny, which I don't know this abbreviation, said, "Hey guys,
Personal best.
Personal best?
Or peanut
really?
butter.
I was gonna say peanut butter. That works. I know that one." He said, "Hey, what was your new personal best?" So you want to touch on what you did last night, real quick, for Danny, since he just joined in?
Yeah.
And whoever else just joined in.
Yep. It went 8095 at 166. So new best. It's trying to get down to the sevens, and I don't know how many people know this, but we've made a pretty big deal every time we've broken that new barrier. When we went from 9s to 8s, I got a cake. When we went from 8-9s,
You got a cake?
Oh yeah.
Where was I? What the hell?
When we went from 8-9s to 8-5s, I got a cake. So.
You've been breaking the record though so often lately. Like that's why the cakes had to stop.
It's got to be a pretty significant break. I feel like I don't feel like I can make a very big deal about it every time I go faster than what I did before.
So what you're saying is, when I know that you hit 7s, I should put in my request for an ice cream cake.
Oh no, it's got to be a Publix buttercream frosting cake.
What?
Yeah.
Ice cream cake trumps all.
No, clearly not. But
anyone, please show me support that an ice cream cake is better
Donnie's
than
gonna
any
run
regular
7s.
cake. I'm just supporting the cake here.
It's my cake.
I'm just trying to support the cake here. All right, let's see what else we're hitting on. Luke is complaining that it snowed overnight and they threw salt. Was going to get his car out this weekend. Now just getting his car fixed from the Burnout Box.
We're sorry, Luke.
Yeah, that stinks. Zach has a 13 GT500. What would you recommend, putting a smaller pulley on the blower or an overdrive pulley on the crank? Bone stock 13 GT500. I'm going to go with like a 2.5 pulley on the blower, cold air, throttle binding, the tune. And that'll be some pretty good power that is going to be seat of the pants and numbers on a dyno.
Yeah. Luke says ice cream cake is awful.
Yeah, but Michael says that ice cream cake is the best.
Yeah.
So
we're tied right now.
Kinda, yeah.
Josh said, with the cowl hood on the Gen 3 Coyote, will the S550 Gen 3 work with the direct injection setup? I have not taken the manifold out to see the changes. We haven't necessarily tried it either.
Yeah.
However, with hood clearance, I'm sure we can make anything work. Obviously, we've got the Roush blower going on the 18 already. We've been working on that around here. So maybe that was something we can talk about in the future. At this point, though, I can't give you a solid yes or no. You got anything over there on the YouTube? Or should I just roll into something else I want to talk about?
Keep rolling.
All right. So talking about burnouts and how your car's lighter. Got to talk about how your car's lighter. So what's your car weigh around-ish with you in it? Not that you being in it as much.
Thank you. It's a 3,500-ish. It's not like super light, but it's we've done a little bit of weight. We haven't done all that much weight.
I was going to say, we haven't done that much weight saving. So what have we done? Because I know the car still got power windows in it, because I just had the door panels out the other week helping do the new wrap on it. Still got power locks in it. Still have all the door speakers in it. Still has the radio in it. Back seat still in it. All the heat, AC controls, everything still in the dash. Still has a standard Motorcraft battery. It's not like we got some crazy expensive.
No lightweight battery. At one point I had a lightweight battery, but it was too much of a pain in the butt.
How was it a pain in the butt?
It just didn't hold a charge, and then people's were catching on fire and stuff.
Yeah,
and
catching on fire is kind of the thing.
Yeah, and I mean, I have threatened to not put the fire out on the car if it lights itself on fire again. So I need
Again. Oh gosh, that was a horrible time. Where were we?
My Nats.
Mod Nationals. I pulled up to Mod Nationals and you're underneath the car. But all right, so how did we get it lighter then? Because what does that weigh stockish?
My car did not weigh all that much stock. Curb weight was 3505 because it's a base model GT. And then I think the first time we ever got a chance to weigh it, I was heavy and the car was heavy. It was 3705 with me.
Okay, so how do we lose that 200 pounds?
It's got optic armor in it. And we are partnered up with Optic Armor, so we have all of that available to you. We've got some stuff in stock, so anybody that wants to...
We got quite a bit of that in stock. Windows, front windshields, back windows. I know I've seen the giant boxes around the shop.
Yep. Yeah, so that's available. It's good quality glass. I like it in the car. It's really strong, which is important when you're going
when you're going
fast.
What's your trap speed now? What are we up to?
166.
166.
Like, I just can't help smiling when I say that.
He just put the Optic Armor logo up on screen. But yeah, 166. We definitely got to have good glass in it.
So, yeah, and
we have taken the passenger seat out.
Yeah, the passenger seat's out.
Passenger seat's out. You have a different driver's seat in it.
Yeah, but that's not really that much of a weight savings because I needed an FIA certified seat so that it didn't need a back brace.
Okay. The wheels got to be lighter.
Yeah, and I'm borrowing somebody's wheels right now.
Yeah. What wheels do you want to put on it?
I want to
Aren't we working on new wheels for it now?
I want to put some billet specialties on it. That's what we've got on the new car. They look super great, and again, we're partnered with them, so
nice.
Something available.
You got pictures of the new car. Oh, look at you! You're scrolling through their website as we speak. Man, you're good. I don't remember all this fancy technology the first episode. It was just like me and Justin talking, and a couple pictures showed up on screen at some points. Good stuff.
Cobra Bob's asking about the optic armor glass being good for a daily driver. It would not be like my first choice for running. I mean, as an aftermarket glass would be my first choice. My first choice would not be to put aftermarket glass in a daily driver, just because you're spending quite a bit of money on it. It's fairly easy to, even though it's strong, like if you scratch it, it's going to be visible. Like, it's not even something I'd want to run windshield wipers on. Like,
just because you don't want to risk scratching it?
Yeah, you'd score it up and stuff.
Plus, like you said, it is super expensive. You're driving around with all these other idiots on the road that the dump truck in front of you didn't decide to put a tarp over whatever the hell he's hauling.
Exactly.
So
and like,
you're going to be pretty pissed off on that rock chip compared to the rock chip that would cost you $250 at Safelite if you had the stock windshield in it.
And that your insurance would probably in Florida would replace.
Why are you sighing, Carrie?
Nothing?
Oh, you just taking a deep breath? I didn't know if that was like a sigh to hint that you had YouTube comments or
I have one.
you're sighing because my eye makeup is smudged. So like, all right, we're good.
I have one.
What do you got?
Dozen wants to know if VMP is going to come out with a better flowing IC for GT500 like the 2013 Shelby or KB version. IC intercooler?
Intercooler?
Yeah, we're talking about for like the new GT500? Then let's get it here first. I'm assuming we're talking about the new one since 13, 14 was the last years of it, unfortunately.
Right.
We're always looking for stuff to improve on.
Yeah.
Anything we can do to make cars go faster, run better, we're looking for it. So
one of the things that we like to do is research and development.
Yeah, so I know Justin and you definitely plan on getting one of the new GT500s when they come out. So we'll be looking at whatever the hell we can do to make them go faster, guaranteed. Gino says, keep eating cake and you're going to go slower.
I'm not worried.
I will tell you, in the cake eating contest, you don't have to worry about her. Me and the other tech in the shop, Mike, pretty much clear out the leftovers every time, and Rebecca's over there like eating a portion that looks like it belongs to a 5-year-old.
Peyton says, are timing chains different between 15 to 17 F-150s and 15 to 17 Mustangs?
I don't think so. I don't want to tell you yes or no 100% because I haven't ever looked up the part number to compare. But block heads are the same. So obviously where the cams are positioned, where the crank is positioned, and the crank gear is all in the same place. So I can't imagine they're different. Especially for cost efficiency, I can't imagine why Ford would want them different. But I can't give you a solid yes or no. If you want to email sales at VMP Performance, we can definitely look it up and get back with you, man. Do you have anything else?
Nope.
Nope?
Nope.
All right, scroll through comments, see what else I can find. Make sure I didn't miss anyone. I don't think so. Sorry, brief hold.
I think there's another vote for
That was another vote for ice cream cake, so I'm up 2-1. So all right. Oh man, here's Luke. Holy cow, that's why we didn't have any comments. Luke was sitting there typing out a paragraph for us. Do you know how much horsepower the 56-pound injectors in a booster pump can take? I currently have an 82 pulley on my 14 GT VMP Gen 2R, but I did not buy a 79. Not going to go E85 this year, but was thinking of possibly using 100 octane lead-free fuel as it's readily available here in my area. 79 with good fuel, I wouldn't be worried about our 56s and our booster pump yet. That's actually what Track Attack has on it.
Yeah.
And Track Attack does over 700 wheel, which you're going to be getting close to around there with our 79 pulley. So yeah, at that level, wouldn't be worried about 56s in the booster pump yet.
So one of our regulars, Jesus Christ, has showed back up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Making a long visit.
All right, let's hear his long visit. He was typing too.
He's got an 89 swap Coyote car with full exhaust and intake.
I'm already in love.
Has an Auto 16 Dodge Challenger. Who would win, by you guys' opinion? My car is also tuned on 93. The Challenger is a Hemi Scat Pack.
Without a doubt, the Fox is creaming him. Like, don't even have to ask anyone else. Don't have to look around. No way. We're putting up a car that weighs 2,000 pounds versus a car that weighs like 8 elephants. You both got around the same horsepower. There's not a chance. I bet you your bone stock Coyote with a super, if you made the stock tune even safer, I bet you could still drag his ass.
Maybe you made it
like,
even
let's
safer.
throw like 2 degrees of timing at it and put it on 87, and I bet you'd probably still give the Challenger a run for his money that weighs 3 times as much as you. Oh man, that's the easiest question we've ever got. You guys need to ask more of those. Now that I answered all quick, what do you think, Rebecca?
I'm with you.
Oh, well, that's it. All right.
Jesus says he needs to be baptized by my tail lights.
Baptized, but I don't know. I don't think anybody will be arguing with you on here on how the 2,000-pound Fox is going to do against the 5,000-pound Challenger. It's like I saw that one of my favorite memes this week, which I look at a lot of memes for the record. It was like weights.
If you need memes, Donnie is your guy.
I got you. I'm not saying I've studied them, but I know some stuff. But it was like the weight of objects in the universe. And it was like
a black
hole, a sun, a black hole, a Dodge Challenger / Charger. And it's like accurate. Larry Doran said Scat Pack LMAO. Larry Doran's car, which I don't know about it, if any of you guys know, we're building his in the shop right now. He's got L&M built motor, L&M intake and exhaust cams. He's going VMP Gen 3, full exhaust, cutouts, all the goodies.
Yeah, his cars are bad build.
Larry's going to be able to say LMAO to pretty much anything anyone else has on the street. So yeah, that's not a problem.
INR says, have you, Donnie, installed any cams in a GT350? If so, do you know what was seen in games?
I haven't, but Rebecca has. You've done GT350 cams.
I have done GT350 cams. We did not dyno.
You didn't do before and after?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. We can keep you posted. If you want to keep watching, maybe send an email in, and we'll see if we can dig anything up for you, or next time we deal with it. Gary, real quick, said, does a GT500 engine have the same oil pump gear problems as a Coyote, or are they different? Definitely different.
Yep.
That's not a known problem. That's not something you're chasing down on the GT500.
Not something that people are commonly even looking for, really.
GT500 really is just stout all the way around.
Yeah.
There's not much that anyone is commonly looking for.
Just send it.
Just send it. I mean, I love them. Yeah. For out of the box, what the GT500s are coming down to now in price, like 07 to 09 can be had for around 30 with low miles on them. You can put a pulley on them, cold air, and a throttle body for around $1,000 with a tune from us. Get over 500 wheel out them, easy, safe on pump gas.
Yeah.
And if you want to go full bore, do a blower swap and everything else, you can put down 700 of the tire, pump gas,
Yep.
and it's a reliable daily. So, I mean, there's not much we can complain about on the GT500. Oh, yeah, and what, trans? They have TR6060.
6060s,
yeah,
yeah.
6060, hell of a transmission.
It's a
big old solid axle out back. Nothing bad to say about them.
Yep.
James said, are you guys planning on putting a supercharger on a Voodoo?
There are very few things I'll say no to. I'm going to say no.
Yeah. Voodoo has flat plane crank, obviously, which does some good things for that motor. It can spin really, really high.
Yeah.
But
it's
unfortunately,
great at revving.
yeah, it's a little bit weaker. I've seen Voodoo cranks that snap under stress from NA. So from our standpoint, we know we can do it, for the record. We have the manifolds and the superchargers to put one on a Voodoo, but where we're at, we don't want to be blowing up people's cars. So
yeah, it's when a Ford engineer tells you it's not a good idea.
did that happen?
You just tend to listen.
Yeah, because you and Justin actually owned a GT350.
Yeah.
That's what was the
Trade-in for the
pre-runner
18.
to our 18.
Yeah.
We traded that in on Thanksgiving.
We traded that and my what did we trade? We traded my 13 GT500 to get the GT350, and then we traded the GT350 to get the 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, so you've been getting screwed. You had a GT500 that got traded for shop car. That got traded for shop car.
Yep. And he like totally claimed the GT350. He was like the 13.
Oh, he loved that thing.
Yeah.
That thing was awesome.
And like I loved that thing too. I'd get in it, and the first thing I would do is I'd turn on the exhaust.
Oh yeah, because
like,
that has all the rocker switches for like sport mode, whatever else,
Yeah.
all that fun stuff. What's it? James said Roger that, so I guess he's gonna go make a bunch of horsepower now. He was our GT500 question asker. I hear you saying,
Wait, no,
what
James
you got?
was the Voodoo.
Danny's
Oh,
got.
sorry.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Danny's got a 15 GT manual PP, bone stock on Michelin SS summer tires. He wants to take it to the track for the first time to get his feet wet. Any advice, respectable time to shoot for? Thanks.
17 GT manual.
Manual performance pack,
Yep.
bone stock on Michelin SS summer tires.
In the high 12s.
Yeah, high
Low
12s,
13s?
high 12s, low 13s are very, very realistic. You know, advice is don't drive through the water box because you don't want to be dragging water up to the starting line with you. You don't need to do a huge burnout. Maybe just clean off the tires, and then just have fun.
Yeah, maybe if you really want to be dedicated, air them down to like 25 pounds ish. That's about it. You know, it's not a drag tire. You don't gotta go stupid low. Air them down a little bit and just go clean. If you feel any wheel hop, get back out of it so you're not breaking anything in the rear end. Because it will happen on a good prep track that hooks. So.
Einer, who was asking about the cams on the GT350,
Yes.
came back and said, was that an L&M cams possible? Only intake cams.
What'd you do?
Was it?
I think he's asking, did you only do intake cams or did you do L&M all four?
We did all 4 cams.
Okay.
And yeah.
But that was on more of a full bore, all the way build application. Obviously on other stuff, we'll tell you just do intake cams if it's more of a budget build. We're not looking to make everything. Her that she was building at that time, that was more of a let's go all the way. So that's might as well just do all 4. You have more?
No, I'm looking at Facebook though.
I'm on Facebook. I'm about to hit him.
Look at Brian's comment.
Brian Mockeridge. So I have to get a haircut. What did Rebecca's car run? We already covered this. Where have you been?
Twice.
Yeah, we covered it twice, Brian.
Brian.
Play the video. You know what? I like Brian. Play the video. Tell him what you ran real quick.
Brian, specifically for you, my car went 8095 at 166. So, and we're gonna play the video again.
We'll play the video so you can see how it hooked
See that
them up.
launch? Like I'm not even gonna be sad to watch that launch again.
It's happy. Oh man, we get to see it twice because we can see it on the computer where they're setting up the program, and then we get to watch it on ours with the lag. So it really works in our favor. Oh yeah. We need the passenger seat back in it. Do you think I could hide in the back seat once?
No,
I would have to sit in the middle.
6'7".
I would have to sit. All right, we're gonna have the optic armor tinted, put a tinted windshield on the car, have you looking all thug life, and I'm gonna sit in the back seat.
No.
It's got to happen. All right. Did you have more? Or no, you were laughing at Facebook, so let's get back to Facebook. Joshua Davis, opinion on a Boss 302 short block with GT350 heads in your Gen 2R. Or would it just not work? LOL, just a crazy thought. It'll work.
It'll work. We had a Boss with our Gen 2R on it. You can use the GT350 heads.
I don't think there's anything bad about it. Boss 302 is a good motor. Basically, same block as that what you're getting on a 15 to 17 that can handle good power. You've got the great GT350 heads that flow good. And yeah, our Gen 2R will bolt right up to it. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, do it.
Brian about his going to get a haircut. Logan, what would be your first mod to be on a stock-based 16 GT? I know you had a strong feeling about that.
I do. I'm very opinionated, apparently. Like, I think you should do it too.
I agree wholeheartedly. Best bang for your buck from the hit. Tune's the way to go.
It's going to change a lot of the driving feel for you, and just I think you really, really would appreciate that more than doing other things. And it's a good foundation for other things that you may want to do in the future.
Mark Castor, more of our 3-valve questions we love. That's an inside joke. You don't have to laugh. Do you know if I use E85 tune and E85 fuel in my 3-valve with the Kenny Bell 3.2, what potential gains could I see currently making 650 rear wheel horsepower? If you're at 650 with a bigger blower like that, probably what's holding you back is the octane. Yeah. So I would say you probably pick up 30, 40 at rear wheels at least with the 85, and we can throw a little bit more timing at it and have it be safe. I mean, your tuner, whoever that is, hopefully it's us, probably could see more than that. I just don't want to overpromise. But yeah, you'll definitely get good gains going from pump gas to 85. Definitely worth it. Brian said, so win 799.
I don't know. It's right
ASAP?
there. As soon as
ASAP. Hopefully last night was the goal.
I would have liked for it to do it last night, but as soon as it can. We've got some other stuff coming up that we're gonna do. I've done everything on the stock lower intake manifold, so.
Oh yeah, we've got a ported lower intake coming for that.
So I'm super excited about that.
Who did that for you?
Brett Barber.
Brett Barber?
Should be here when?
Yeah, that's a rough
soon.
question. Why are you trying to poke the bear?
I'm a really nice girl most of the time.
It should be here soon. But yeah, we'll get that on quick and hopefully go at it. What's up, Matt? Michael Steffens, what all would I need to do to make 800 wheel horsepower on an 18 auto GT? Well, 800 wheel, I'm going to say on a Coyote, we're building it. At least bare minimum rods, pistons. And we're going all the way at that point. You got it all torn apart. Cams are optional, but it would make it probably easier. And we've got to do some kind of forced induction with headers.
Yep, some type of forced induction. Pick your poison.
Yeah, obviously we would go with the TBS is what I'd be recommending. But yeah, you're definitely not doing that NA. Forced induction, headers, full bit. It's an auto, so you're probably going to need a good converter in the car to help. What are you guys laughing about? Comments?
Dozen says 799 ASAP. More cake for Rebecca, none for Donnie.
Yeah.
What? What kind of BS is this?
I'll share my cake even if you don't like it.
Listen, I don't discriminate. I accept cakes of all breeds, but ice cream cake's best. Logan said, do you think a tune and a cold air intake is worth the money if you eventually intend to supercharge the car?
Absolutely. That's a good,
good
foundation.
Unless we're talking about supercharging it next week. It's best for the bang for your buck. You'll get out of it. Do it. You'll have fun.
Bit Papa wants to know if 15 to 17 auto GTs have wheel hop problems.
15 to 17.
If depending on tire, track prep.
Yeah.
Anything
can happen.
Anything can happen. I've seen an 87 F100, F150 with the inline 6 have wheel hop problems. I mean, it's not necessarily. Definitely the Mustang suspension is a little better than my buddy's 87 F150, but yeah, depending on track prep and what tire you got on the car and how heavy you are with the right foot, you could have wheel hop problems, definitely. Stay out of it. If you're seeing wheel hop, don't count on the car to get out of it, just so you know. Like, staying in it is the last thing to do when you have wheel hop. That's how stuff breaks.
Yeah.
Did you have more?
That is how it
oh, yeah?
breaks, yeah.
Yeah, you a little experience in that?
Yeah, but not in a Mustang.
Oh, that's good. Got anything else, or should I hit on my couple Facebook and wish them good night?
You're good.
Mark says, thanks for doing the TBS buyback. Hope you enjoy my Gen 1. I know I'll enjoy the Gen 3. I'm sure you will.
Yes.
Logan wants to know if we have any discount codes right now for cold air intake and tune. None that I'm aware of pending. Sorry, man. I don't know. This guy's talking about an LS. So, Jose, whatever you're talking about, I'm sorry. You want to make a little power.
William, hi.
William, should I buy a new GT at a supercharger or just wait for the new GT500 to come out?
God, neither one's a bad choice.
I say GT500.
I don't think either one's a bad choice.
If we want to make power, let's start with something that's already making 300 more horsepower. If that's the point of it.
You're saying to a girl that just wanted an 8.0 and a GT Mustang.
You're right. You can make the GT awful fast, but if you just want to go
hit
fast,
us up. We'd love to see you again.
My vote's the GT500. I say buy something that's going to have like 780. It's going to be upper 700s.
On the Twin 72, we are working on trying to maybe just doing more research and development. We're not doing anything specific yet, but we are working on just further research and development with it because it is a good product. And,
it was.
And we'd love to be able to offer it.
But if you're just trying to shove more air down, keep in mind we are working on selling adapter plates for Gen 2R to go from our new monoblades that are some of the biggest on the market, the 160 and the 173, which the 173 is the biggest on the market.
Yep.
160 is going to be more for street application, and we're working on having an adapter plate. It might already be on the website, or I don't know, but we're working on adapter plates. Yeah. To fit the monoblades to the Gen 2R?
I think they are up there.
Okay.
I know I gave them to Travis, and Travis was loading them. So.
There you go. So, yeah, we definitely have other throttle body options if we're just trying to get more air in whatever you got. Ray said another great show. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Daddy.
Other than that, it's 7:05. If you want to hit some YouTube real quick, and we'll wish it a good night.
I just have one. Dozen wants to know if you guys will be at Ford Nationals. He's coming from Toronto.
Absolutely.
With an 11 GT500 Gen 3 for tuning. So
absolutely.
Nice.
If you want to set something up, just get with sales and support. Just give us a call or open a ticket, and we'll get you signed up.
All right. Well, guys, if you liked a little bit of Mustang news, liked hearing about how Rebecca did a fat, nasty burnout in front of cops, any of that stuff, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And you can hear more of our fun stories like that next week. I guess I'll see you later, and hopefully we'll have some more news next week for you.
Bye, guys.
Close it. That was a pretty crappy ending on my part.